Sure, it's a spoopy menu. Turns out, despite being done with the story, there is yet more Star Ocean 4 to be done. Alright, well, you know, I've done some stuff since we beat the game. Let's have a look-see, let's see how it's going. We're back in hell, we sure are. I mean, it was just 113. So some of my characters might be higher level than the others. Yes, this is a 4K remaster. It doesn't look it, it just looks identical to the PS3 version as far as I'm concerned. Alright, well, so yeah, I have actually done a decent amount of post-game. I have been all the way down to the bottom of the first post-game dungeon to get duplication, so now I can actually make some good stuff. So I have made, you know, I've made a Moonstone Sword, decent Dragon Mail, I've got like a pretty good laser suit, and you know, I got some stuff, yeah, sorry, I turned off the cursed portraits. So, you know, I have actually done a few things as well. I have beaten Ashley, once, and only once. God, that guy's a fucker. I have to beat him seven times? I get 15% every time I beat him. I think 7 will bring me to 100. Unfortunately, none of this is relevant today. For you see, I have something else I need to do. I have Stumbles over here at max stats. Yeah, I fed him an awful lot of pie. You get 3 per pie. I fed him a shit ton of pie. And now we must bunny race into eternity. Let's go! Bunny race, bunny race. Who's ready to stare at these chumbly buns for 2 hours? Alright, let's go. Bunny, bunny, bunny. You can see your stamina bar doesn't get bigger. It just, you just have more stamina. It goes down less when you press the button. Oh, what a jerk. Oh, Stumbles, no! Stumbles, stop going into the back of the white bunny, please. Stumbles! I might lose this one because Stumbles is refusing to get in front of this bunny and I'm using up a lot of stamina trying to. Oh, I pulled ahead. Oh, no, damn. I didn't notice the guy stomping. There is a queue for it. Oh. So, on the left, you can see all the portraits. When one starts flashing, that means they're jumping. And you can counter jump when you see that, but you have to be pretty quick on the draw. Alright, how many races take to breed a gold bunny at nights around 100? So, I mean, the reason you don't remember the racing is because you don't do it. You get fight coins. It is actually, funnily enough, the best way to get fight coins in the game, like, time for coins. You pay 100 in, you get 400 back, so you get a profit of 300 coins. That's more than you get for, like, any Coliseum stuff. The most that you get in a Coliseum is 100 for, like, the top ranked fights, which can take a while. It is, however, you know, an extremely tedious way of getting a shit ton of fight coins. That white bunny. Ooh, I didn't see you jump in! So you never want to jump aggressively, doing these, because they will... Oh shit, I was under the underpass! Oh, he sniped me! You cannot jump under the underpass, so that was actually really good. But yes, they will counter-jump you, like you can counter-jump them. And it also uses your stamina, so you're trying to, keep your stamina for dashing. You see, that white one also counter-jumped. You're basically... Oh, I did not see that one flashing. So you're trying... You're sort of pressing X, at a steady pace so that you keep your speed without using too much of your stamina. And you're holding your circle button for when you see one of their portraits flashing. Which is a lot harder to see than it looks. I must be on lap 3 with this level of stamina. Oop. You cannot jump while you're under the bridge, which can be a problem. You also do not want to run out of stamina because you will be stunned. But yeah, this bunny racing is entirely optional. You can only access it after you've beaten Roke because this bunny is the dead girl's bunny. The lady who Faye's has gone mental, has gone to the dark side over. Yeah, there's no finish line. You just have to know. It's on the map, and that's it. And you do 3 laps. So yeah, the girl that Denny did not know the name of, this is her bunny that you adopt when she died. And for some godforsaken reason, there is a trophy, for beating this specific cup 100 coins 50 times and 100 times. Why? Who knows? It's also in 3. 3 also has bunny racing. It's kind of worse than this, because at least in this you have control. In 3 it's like random. Hope you pick the correct bunny and it wins a lot. Oh, the blue bunny is going for it. Be careful about my stamina. Used quite a bit counter jumping. It's a bit like Chow racing. You raise your boon to max stats, and then you cheer them on in a little stamina meter. God, blue. Well, the blue one is really going for. He is choosing violence today. My stamina is also choosing violence. All right. I guess as I was saying, this is like the most effective method of getting fight coins. Problem is with that, the prizes are bad. So I can take a break after this race and show the prizes, and I'll explain why they're bad. Well, the problem is they're good, if you do them immediately. Like, I got the Mithril Sword, and it was actually very helpful before I went to Eos, but they're completely useless in the post-game. Oh, shit. I pressed circle, but a little too late. Green Bun got me there. Green Bun pulling ahead. Oh, no, I'm gonna underpass! No! Oh, strategic maneuver from Blue there to get us all when we were unable to jump back. The bunnies are being spicy today. Like, quite often you go a whole race and, like, you only see them jump, like, once, but... So I am staring pretty exclusively at the portraits. I'm not even watching my like stamina meter. You just kind of have to get a feel. I may have done this before. You kind of get a feel of the rhythm of your stamina, so you don't need to look too hard at your stamina meter. I do believe bunnies need to be within proximity in order to hit. Woo! In order to hit you, and the overpass is basically when they can hit you. If you're feeling like being like spicy aggressive, you can try stomping on the overpass, but again, they can counter you, which just like you lose stamina for no benefit. I do like their names too. Mr. White, Speeding Bullet Ripples, and Nitro Booster. Alright, so the prizes are upstairs. We'll go have a look at the prizes. So we've got some armor. And we've got some weapons. So why don't I go ahead and buy this 9,000 fight coin, the nominally the best weapon available here, right? It's the most expensive. It's for Aramat. He deserves an Inferno Sickle, right? This quadplex scythe I made from item creation on the final planet. Yeah, it's not as good as the one I made from item creation. So, yeah, the problem... It would have been a really good weapon, for EN2. So you get the Colosseum at the end of Roke before you go to Eos to meet Aramat and Crow, and then you go EN2, and then you go Nox Obscurus, so... It would have been really good for Eos and EN2, and then I would have made the quadplex scythe on the final planet, and this would have got away. So, and that is the most expensive weapon you can buy from the Colosseum. So that is the huge problem. It's like, yeah, this is genuinely fairly easy, if tedious, way of getting lots of fight coins really quickly. Problem is, what the fuck do you spend them on? So, like, I do have to buy one of every weapon. So weapon data, as you've seen, is a thing. And that includes, you know, every weapon in the game, which includes the Colosseum weapons. So before I get all the weapon data, I have to get all the weapons from the Colosseum. It's a good reason to do bunny races. A little too late, a little too late. Oh dear, Blue has got a substantial lead. I was not paying enough attention. Yeah, so I have to buy that. That's about like, I don't know, 17,000 coins. I got 2 of them. No, I got 3 of them, actually. I already have 3 of the weapons. I actually only need 2 more of them, I think. The armor, there's no armor collection. And again, the armor is decent. That, like, 12,000 armor is, like 400 defense or something, 600 maybe. Which, again, would be really good when the Colosseum opens up, but, like, Oh, when the Coliseum opens up, I never do the bunny racing when the Coliseum opens up because you have to go back to your ship to make the pies, right? To max out your bunny stats. So every pie is 3 stats. The max stats is 200 in each category. So you need an awful lot of pies because he starts at like, I don't know, 10 in every stat, if that. So you need a shit ton of pies. You can hold 20 at a time. You're not going to be able to make 20 at a time. We look at the ingredients list for pies. So the stamina pie crusts you can buy on your ship with a vending machine. You make an item creation. Pie crusts, not a problem. Raw animal meat is bought in a shop here in Troy. So you buy 20. You can make 10 stamina pies with that before you have to go buy more. Fresh cream you can buy on your ship, but lemons you can't buy at all. Nobody sells a lemon in this game. So those are like gathering point only. So honestly, this is the worst pie. This pie is the hardest one to make. Then you have the acceleration pie, which is sweet fruit, which is bought in Astral. 3 for each pie, so you can make 6 of these pies per shopping run. And then you have the miracle pie. The common egg, vegetables, and rich cheese are bought here in Troy as well. So in order to max out your bunny stats, what you have to do is buy all of these ingredients in Troy/Astral, make as many pies as you can, going back and forth between your vending machine and the item creation for pie crusts, because you're gonna need like 60 of those fuckers. You come here, you feed him all the pies, rinse and repeat until he has 200 in every stat, right? At the end of the game here, that's not terrible, because you come here and you buy the stuff, you feed him, you buy the stuff, you go to the warp point, you warp back to the final planet, and go to your ship. And if you do this before the end of the game, I'm sure you remember where the Countess is parked on Roke. So you have to walk from Troy all the way back to the Countess, make the stuff, walk all the way back. It adds, I don't know, at least 5 minutes, I would say, to each pie run. And you have to do that, like, I had to do it like 5 times, I think, in the post-game. It also costs a decent amount of money. And it is like, sure, with the 12,000 coins, you can get an armor that will be outclassed by armor that you can make and you can get on the final planet. It's not even that, like, you know, if this armor was like decent into post-game stuff, I would probably be more like, that might be worth it. But it isn't. It's not good. It's only useful until the final dungeon. Like, maybe not even in the final dungeon. By the final, you can make laser suits by the final dungeon. And, yeah, those are like 900 defense. So it's like, yeah, that 12,000 coins, considering I'm getting 300 at a time, and again, bunny racing is the most efficient way to get fight coins, because my god, fighting everyone up to number 1 takes forever, especially, you know, doing it before the end of the game, so you're not as strong as, like, I am now. And Ashley was a pain in the ass. I fought him before stream. He kicked my ass. I got the battle trophy. I didn't notice you, fucker. Blue, doing violence again. I I got the battle trophy for Sarah for reviving allies 99 times during the fight with Ashley. And that's with me now having some, like, oh, I pressed circle but a little too late. That's with me, you know, making some pretty good gear that is, like, getting me through the first post-game. Who jumped? Oh, Blue did. I didn't even see him flashing. Through the first post-game dungeon. Ashley is a motherfucker. Yeah, Star Ocean 4 absolutely is a game that hates you for playing it. And I cannot imagine maxing out the bunny and then doing the 100 races at a time that armor might have been useful. I mean, I did actually grind out 2,000 coins, 2,500 I think, for Edge's Mithril Sword, which was very helpful for the Phantom fight. And EN2, but then, you know, Nox Obscurus, I ended up with the Arcana Sword instead. So even the Mithril Sword didn't see me to the end of the game, it just kind of got me through the Phantom fight. Bunny, bunny, bunny. Oh, they're all so cute. Horrible, wretched monsters. No, I had a bunny. I've had pet bunnies. I've had pet rats as well. I had a pet bunny. She was very cute. She was a French lop. Me and my brother both had a bunny, 2 girls. And mine was called Smokey because she was white and gray. Ah, I pressed the button a little too late. White and gray, very cute. And my brother's bunny was a black and white lop. She was also adorable, but she was dominant. My bunny was rather passive. Saber's bunny was rather aggressive. So much so that the vet thought she was a boy. The vet was like, "No, we have known that this bunny's a boy," and we're like, "No. If Patch was a boy, we would have little bunnies. we would have a bunch of little bunnies by now because Patch, one of Patch's favorite things was to just hump Smokey, which is a dominance thing amongst bunnies apparently." And we were like, yeah, better check again. And they checked again. It's like, oh yeah, it is a girl. It's like, yeah. Check that bunny. But yeah, we had them. They were indoor bunnies at first. But they ate the wallpaper. They would go under the couch in the living room and munch on the wallpaper. My poor mom, like, years later, pulled out the couch and there was just no wallpaper at the bottom of the walls. They munched the crap out of it, and they were just like, this is mine. This is paper. Gonna munch. We get plenty of food, but yeah, wallpaper, that's our favorite snack. Of course, you can't really grab them out from under a couch. It doesn't happen. They're small, we are big, they can get under a couch and we can't. So eventually, like, we got a really big hutch and we were outside on the patio. And then we brought them inside to, like, you know, cuddle and play with them and stuff, but they lived outside. I do love the little faces they make. When you're dashing, you get that little angry face on, which is why my bunny has a perpetual angry face. Yes, you did arrive during the news thing, etc. Repeat this bunny race and say, hey, bunnies forever for a trophy run. Yes! I am running bunnies. That's the stream today. It's bunnies. I hope you enjoy bunnies. Anyone else has bunny stories, please? Talk about your adorable, you have a pet? Talk about your adorable pet. I'm here all day. Fucking bunny runs forever. I'm just here to chat while I race my bunny. As I said, it's a good way to get the fight coins for those weapons, but also the other thing about that is that everyone has a battle trophy for doing 200 Coliseum solo fights. I don't know why 200 when there's only 100 ranks, but for some godforsaken reason, everyone has to do 200 fights. And, you know, generally for the weakest characters, I do those, you know, when I have ultimate weapons and they're level 255, so that I'm not spending 5 years killing things with Sarah, but generally speaking, when you're doing that, you kind of get enough fight coins for every weapon. There's only a handful of them. The bunny race music also burns into your head after a while. I have no idea how loud I have it at the moment. I guess the thing about these bunny races that is a little annoying is you can't just walk away. How loud do I have it? Decently, you're all getting to hear the bunny music. Also, I do have to press the button. I just press X to finish the race. And you have to pay attention enough, because if the bunnies do jump on you, you will lose the race. It's pretty easy to lose this race. Those bunnies are assholes. You have to be pressing X pretty rhythmically, and you have to be on the lookout for them jumping at you. Because they will stun you and then win the race. You can't win the race just by running alone. You know, we're at max stats. There is no going faster, and your normal run speed is so slow. You really have to be dashing the entire time. So, you know, it's not as if you can just, like, you know, press a button, set the race, your bunny wins. Oh, spicy. And then, you just do that 100 times. You have to be paying attention-ish. But, you know, I can talk and stuff and do other things, but I do have to be watching those portraits for them flashing. Ooh, 2 of them went for it. And the thing is, you're not even watching your bunny. You're just watching for those portraits. You're waiting for them to jump so you can counter jump. And kind of the fastest you can possibly go is like 1 minute 20. Or 1 minute 23 on the board, which is pretty nice. Which kind of relies on the other bunnies not jumping. Because even counter jumping is slow. You know, you stop dead to jump. And then sometimes they get you on the underpass, and now you're stunned. But generally speaking, you're probably getting a time in the 130s. Yes. Yeah, it really is that, like, you are just, like... It's not that involving. You know, pressing X and then circle is, like... Not the most fun, and certainly 100 times is a lot. I feel like even the Chow races, which, you know, have the stamina bar and all that thing, are a bit more involving. One, because, like, you kind of only have to win each one once. You don't really need to win, you know, you have to win a whole bunch of different ones, but you don't have to win the same race 100 times. But, you know, there's things like you're swimming, there's, like, pressing the dash at the right time so you fly further. There's, like, you know, some level of strategy to it as well, like, because there are 5 stats in the different races. It's like run, swim, climb, all that sort of thing. So, like, ooh, I didn't see that guy fly. Wait, oh, it was the yellow one? I was like, which one did it? They're all spooked. So, like, you don't even have, okay, my Chow is really good at run, but really bad at swim, and you don't have the raising aspect. All it is, yeah, we were all spooked. Who's jumping? Who's spooping everyone? Like breeding or collecting things. You basically just make a bunch of pies, get up to 200 stats, and then do this race over and over again. And I thought, you know what? Everyone can suffer with me. Okay, so there is one thing. Okay, talking about fight coins being useless, there is actually one thing they are useful for. So in the list of things you can buy with fight coins is monster jewels. And of course, you know, from my original Star Ocean 4 streams, that actually jewels are, like, some of the best things in the game for synthing. They give so much attack and defense that they're really good, even for ultimate weapons. Like, actual post-game stuff does use the Ashley jewels in it. So having a bunch of fight coins so that you can just purchase, like, 20... I think they're 200 each. So you only need, you know, like 4,000 coins to buy out 20. So, like, that's like... I think I've used a little too much stamina. That's like the one, like, really useful... Didn't see him jumping. The one really useful thing you can do with fight coins. But even then, you don't need that many, and you are going to get... Damn. You are going to get 30,000 fight coins from 100 bunny races. Hey, who did that? What a jerk. It's true, unlike, you know, 2 and 3, you can influence the bunny races. It's just not in a very interesting manner. But yes, 30,000 fight coins from doing 100 races. So that's enough to buy a shit ton of all the weapons and a shit ton of monster jewels, and then you still have all the Coliseum fights. I mean, in order to get the Ashley data, I have to be team rank 1, which I have gotten to, and that, I mean, that alone I think gets you... No, I didn't jump in time. I did press circle, but not in time. I mean, that gets you like 20,000. Maybe not quite that, maybe about 15,000. Hey. It's a bet. And the 2 remakes still. I can't remember if bunny racing is in any way mandatory in 2. I wonder if there's a trophy for it. Ooh. Speaking of trophies, because there is a bunny race trophy in 3. I believe that is also like win 100 bunny races, much like this one. And the 2 remake will have trophies. First of bunny slippers! Oh no! Oh no, that's perfumes! Is that what happens to the ones who lose? They get turned into bunny slippers? I should check. I am not watching the portraits, this is why I'm getting stunned. I'm looking at chat instead. I should really look at. I should play 2. I have the 2 remake now. I got it for Christmas, but instead I play 4. And I'm a fool. Ooh, 143. Ouch, ouch. Slippers 4 bunnies. Good, good. This bunny. I mean, the bunnies do have gigantic feet. They do deserve, you know, custom-made slippers. Who could it be? Oh, white bunny. Oh. Thanks, Green! Thanks, Green! You helped me out! Oh no, oh no. That white bunny's fucking gunning for it. Ugh. I'm not noticing when bunnies are jumping in time. Oh, not in that time. Careful, I've definitely used a bit too much stamina. Oh. Well, you know, Star Ocean is a series that, I still got it. That people have opinions on. 3 is definitely a big one. I'm super excited for Vegas to experience a twist that she does not know about. Not quite out of the underpass. He is last though, so that doesn't like jeopardize it. It just means my time is really slow. But yeah, so we know Ocean 3 this week because Doc is at MagFest, I think. I'm pretty sure it's MagFest. And also there's a shit ton of things on GDQ. Tomorrow evening, that Vickers and I want to watch. Like, oh my god, tomorrow is so fucking stacked for GDQ. We're like, oh my god, we want to watch all of this from like 1 p.m. through into the like midnight. There's like Ocarina of Time, Mario 64, I think Superstar Saga before that. There's like Pokemon Crystal, the Superstar Saga at Ocarina of Time, and the Super Mario 64. And it's like, yeah, fuck yeah, we're gonna watch like all of that. So we're not streaming tomorrow evening. We were like thinking of streaming something else. But then we saw how stacked GDQ was and we were like, yeah, we're not gonna stream. We're thinking maybe streaming Thursday evening instead. We shall see, nothing definitive. Yes, no Ocean 3 this week. I know Doc has put more, he's extended his January marathon, but I'm hoping he's still joining us for Star Ocean 3, next Wednesday. Where things are starting to get exciting. Okay, so Star Ocean 3 was my first one. I've mentioned this before. And then after playing 3, the PSP remakes? I don't know if they're ports or remakes, really. of 1 and 2 came out. And I played those, and I really liked both of those. I really should get around to playing the 2. I should also get around to playing 6. Terrible. I have not played 6 yet. I've had it for ages. Instead, I'm playing 4. Yeah, my thought is that he would, that he will stream raid into us and then we raid back into him for the continuation of his marathon. But I don't want to, like, assume anything. We'll probably just, like, you know, ask him when he's back. But I assume, you know, that is probably the plan. A pretty decent race. 126 is not bad. But yes, I did an awful lot in Star Ocean 2 in the PSP version. The 2 remake is probably, I mean, I heard it's really good. Anyway, I really liked the original and I should get around to it. Instead, I spend my time doing bunny racing. Race that. Immune. Uh-oh. Come on, bunny, start jumping. First jump of the race. Yes, I only ever had the PSP versions of the Star Oceans. My gut feeling is that they didn't come out in Europe on PlayStation 1, but I could be wrong about that. Whoa! The blue did the spicy double jump! Oh, what a little shit. What a little shit. So there's another thing that Link can do. It's very rare, though. I'm surprised. That's like the first time we've seen it. Is that they can jump, and while you're counter jumping, they can jump again. Oh, you shithead, I'm right on the finish line. They can jump again so that you come down while they're in the air, and then they stun you. Super spicy, what a jerk. It did come out in the EU. Surprised we didn't have it then. I snapped up basically every, like, PlayStation 1 JRPG. What if I just didn't know about it? Right, yeah, I didn't find out about Star Ocean until 3, PS2 one. Like one copy ever. Yeah, maybe they just didn't have many copies of it. Like if it wasn't, you know, in that era, that I would have got my information about games from magazines. Did the yellow one spook himself? So like if it wasn't in a magazine and it wasn't in stores, you know, there's a likelihood that I would never have heard of it. It really wasn't until, you know, we had dial-up in 2000, so, like, it wasn't until 2005 or 6 that, I was on the internet a lot. And, you know, the internet then became where I heard games. I mean, as far as you know, I did have Shadow Hearts, a JRPG series. I have all 3 of them, but like, you know, it is pretty niche.
You hear about video games?
I did hear about video games, but I had Shadow Hearts on release. But I feel like PS2 might have been the era where like I really got like every JRPG I could get my hands on. How many races have we won? I don't know. I have lost track. I'll get a trophy at 50, and that's how I will know that I've done 50. Biggest getting a cup of tea before he goes back to work. But yeah, I don't think there's anywhere you can see. No, I wasn't keeping track. I'm just racing. I was kidding. There is nowhere in the game to see how many bunny races that you have won. So it is just like, whew. You got, you know, if you're like, oh god, how many have I got until the 100? You're like, I'm somewhere between 50 and 100. Subs for Buns, thank you so much. The Prime sub. Lucy Collaborate. Subs for Buns!
Subs for Buns.
Subs for Buns. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot in this game that it doesn't keep track of. Yeah, there's some things that it does. I have a thing on my ship that has how many chests I've opened, and I am very close to all of them. I have 7 chests left in the game. I have something like 97.07% of chests. Oh, I was hoping for the sub 120. Oh, so close, Bune. But yeah, 120.26. Very nice, very nice. New PB. Oh, yeah. I do like our streams, our original streams of 4, where I broke the game over my knee. And that's the thing. It's actually really been weird for me playing the post-game dungeon at this low amount of power. Because I actually forgot we did the first post-game stream dungeon on stream in the original streams. The actual full playthrough of it. But yeah, like Raimi from the very start had a bow that gave her 9,999 attack, and that kind of, you know, helps me fuck up the entire dungeon at level 60 with no problem. Like going in at level 60 here, you know, I had some decent gear. I made like laser suits and stuff, but not having the Ashley jewels does like lower your capability substantially. You're kind of running on, and you don't want to use things like the red dragon scales until you have duplication, because getting more of them is a gigantic pain in the ass before you have duplication. They're a rare drop from an enemy on the final planet, so like you really don't want to use. Oh, so 120, 118, 118. Go, Bune, go, Bune, go, Bune, go. So it was kind of funny watching, you know, rewatching that VOD and being like, oh yeah, I was that strong. I had like 9,000 attack and 4,000 defense. And coming in now at on normal difficulty, without that and without being able, not wanting to use things like the Moonstone, because you get 1 Moonstone in the post-game dungeon and it's used for so much. And if you use it up before duplicating it, you're waiting until, like, the second post-game dungeon to get more. I pressed circle, but I think I was in the middle of a hop. Ooh, boy, this is, going to be interesting. Oh, I was on the underpass! So yeah, it is like, you know, the final boss is like the weakest I've ever fought that final boss in a very long time, because even on the highest difficulties, I could make stupidly good, like, post-game, post-game, no, Blue, oh my gosh, Blue has got my number this race. I had, like, you know, post-game level strong weapons, which is ridiculous. So even on Chaos, like, the power you have from being able to carry over the Ashley jewels is so strong that it, like, overcomes difficulty level, essentially. And so playing it again on... green bun. Playing it again on normal without those has been, like, very funny. I'm such a lower level of, strength than I was when going through those streams. And, like, my Chaos playthrough, and my Denny mode playthrough, which, of course, was on easy, so, like, that was easy as hell. You make numbers so big with those jewels, and they're, again, all you need is like 200 fight coins or a few pretty easily found ingredients to make them via item creation. They're not that difficult to make. You just have to buy some stuff from shops, I think. So it's definitely funny to be scared of enemies in the post-game dungeon. Tamio kicked my ass as well. He was a little scary. I mean, the main thing is that my party that I was using for it is Edge, Raimi, Miracle, and Sarah, because those three have really good weapons. So, like, Edge, of course, has his Arcana Sword and has attack boost, so 1,000 attack is, like, really useful. That was the green bun, but he spooked himself somehow. So yeah, Edge, Edge was in, I have 1,000, and also, like, I need to work towards all his kills. He's somewhere between 1,000 and 2,000 at the moment. Oh, I should show you how many battle trophies I've got as well. But yeah, so he had attack boost, so he's in, and you can make really good weapons for him pretty easy. Miracle, of course, got that really good claw weapon from the Darkness Ring chest in the Astral Caves that I got on stream. Things occurred, not entirely sure what happened there. So she shot up to like 3,000 attack, which makes her very useful. And then, Sarah, of course, is the best healer in the game, so just really good to have high level. And Raimi, because Raimi on the second floor of the post-game dungeon, the 7-star dungeon, gets a really good bow. The bow I still have on her right now, I'm pretty sure. I can check that. Yes, so the Evil Spirit Bow, which comes with just adds Curse, I added everything else. Comes with like 1,900 attack on it. So these four are really, really good team to tackle the first time through that dungeon until you get Duplicate. And then you can start doing stuff with the laser weapons and all that. Yeah, that's how look. It takes a short break and have a look at my battle trophies. Yeah, Edge might have 78% now. He might have a few. This one, fucking weird. Jump for a total height of 8,848 meters. I don't know. That must be a reference. I don't know what it's a reference for. But he has a couple of moves that launch him in the air. So, you'd have to use those over and over again. Thankfully, one of his better moves does launch him in the air, Raging Strike. And Raging Strike was really good in that dungeon. Edge, the jumpy boy, he whomps up and down for Raging Strike and does a ton of damage. He's now hit damage cap, which is 5 9s. The rush run 60 seconds is only doable at beat 20 because that gives you, so one of the reasons why beat 20 is so good, apart from just giving you 20% max health, which is always good, 100 attack at this point in the game doesn't mean that much to me. 20% health does, but 5.5 miles, yeah, that must be a thing. When rush gauge increases during rush mode, so when you attack or get attacked, your rush gauge goes up even while you're in rush mode. That's the only way to stay in rush mode for 60 seconds, but also gives you, rush mode for a shit ton of time, which is really good. So yeah, he has a ton of trophies. He's now got extra battle voices too. Oh, it's the height of Mount Everest. Oh, good. So there's Raging Strike. I do have to kill 100 enemies with Raging Strike, you know, which leads into the jumping. I actually got his first jump one, which is 3776, which must also be something. I got that with his other move. Don't remember what it's called right now. I just got that as well, 100 enemies, 100 enemy poison enemies, so that, like, comes in with the jumping, which is really good. Okay, so 100 Coliseum fights. He has not beaten 2,000 enemies yet, though, but he's got, like, all of these ones apart from the Anthropology drops, pain in the butt, which he has to get 255, just to annoy me. What is his other move? I was using it a lot and I don't remember. Mystic Cross. Mystic Cross also launches you up in the air. But yeah, Raimi's at 48%, so she's really close to breaking her level cap. Ideally, I want everyone to break the level cap fairly soon because I am going to be, like, slamming in levels. Now that I have duplication, I can make a good EXP weapon for everyone and then duplicate it. So that I don't have to make one for everybody. Phases, we're still at 15% because, yeah, he died. I don't think I've got many more with Limel. She's at 29, Box is at 36, Miracle is now up to 40. She's gonna get the steel ones pretty soon. Because I have made... so the steel ones for her are much easier once you make this. So this is adds 1 hit chance per attack. So what this does is it basically adds an extra hit to your attack. You can stack up to 4 of these for 5 attacks. Nowhere near as strong as it sounds, because each hit does half the damage of the last one. So the second hit does half the damage of the first attack. The next one does half of the second attack, so, you know, a quarter, an eighth, and a 16th, so... what it is really good for, though, is each hit has a chance to steal. Doesn't matter how much damage it does, it's a hit, it has a chance to steal. So, instead of her hitting an enemy with her attack and having 1 chance to steal, she now has 5 every time she hits an enemy, which really helps with stealing. And I'm going to be doing a shit ton of stealing now that I have duplication. The best way, because you see here, we look at duplication. It uses magical clay. It uses a varying amount of magical clay depending on what the item is. And if we look at the laser weapon, that requires... This is at max 10. You level duplication up from 1 to 10. At level 1, it takes 20 clay to make a laser weapon, but at 10, it makes 11. So the best way to get magical clay is there's an enemy on the first floor of the post-game dungeon that has it as a steal. And the best way is actually with Muria rather than Miracle, because Muria's attack is easier and does more hits. But Miracle has a bunch of steel battle trophies, so we'll be getting those with her fairly soon. It'll be steel food and steal like a bunch of times. I may have done it like 10. I did get the accessory, which was on one of the bosses in the post-game dungeon. Yes, it steals successfully like 20 times, up to like 50, I think. Yeah, I won't be able to see them because I don't have them. But yeah, I believe she has up to like 50 steals. So she'll be getting those. Sarah's up to 32%, which is good because, God, her battle trophies suck. Getting her up to 50% is going to be interesting. Same with Muriel. Hers suck less, I just haven't used her at all. So yeah, she's at 20. She's at like my lowest other than Danny. And Aramat's at 48%, so he's real close to the level cap as well. He's a decent one to replace Miracle with in the post-game dungeon. He doesn't get as good a weapon, but he is, like, better AI controlled than AI Miracle, so... You'll probably get that pretty soon. And he's taunt 100 times, woo! Anyway, so the battle trophy work is going. Let's go back to bunny racing. I'm putting it off, but we're back. Bunny racing! Bunny racing! Yes, I think if I, yeah, if I get my totals up, I have 38.8% of the battle trophies now. The next PlayStation trophy is 45%, so I'm getting pretty close. I have 349 out of 900. Yeah, the weird thing about it is the normal level cap is 200. And then the extra, the extended level cap from battle trophies is 255. And that 55 levels is helpful. It is all levels are always good. It's more of every stat. And considering most weapon stuff are based defense plus 20%, every stat you have is extra with those factors on. But it's such a strange thing to put in your battle trophies. They're it's 30% rather than 25%. Some of the guys say 25%, but they're incorrect. It's 30% to get more voice, the first set of voice lines. Although that's weird as well, because I think they're trickled out. I don't think you actually just get a whole bunch of new voices at 30. I think every 5% you get a new line, and then at 30 you have all of that set. It's really strange. But anyway, so 30 is the first set of battle voices. 50 is you get 55 extra levels. Why not? And then 75% is the next lot of voice lines. It's very weird hearing some voice lines that I didn't realize were locked behind battle trophies. I mean, hearing some of Raimi's, I'm like, oh shit, yeah, she doesn't say this until you get enough battle trophies with her. Because of course, I haven't had non-battle trophies on everyone for since 2016. So I beat the game in 2015. I'm gonna just save. I'm saving a bit. Oof, I hate this. It flips on you. So yeah, 2015 was when I beat the game on the PlayStation 3 version, and then 2021 was when I platinumed it. But yeah, I had 50% of battle trophies fairly early on. Yeah, 3 also has some weird unlocks behind trophies. 3 has difficulties locked behind battle trophies. Which is the strangest thing I've ever seen, but you want to play in a harder difficulty, you better do some weird shit. I need some water. Be right back. Oh. I do nothing but talking. Get me through bunny races, so that's Woo! Yeah, so yeah, 3 has costumes and difficulties, and at 95%, yeah, you get manual mode. Which is so weird, because once you've done 95% of the battle trophies, do you really need a manual mode anymore? I feel like you're just done with the game at that point. But yeah, oh, so the final unlock, I believe, is 100% for each character. So Edge it doesn't get this until, I've done literally everything else in the game, because, I don't know why you would do this beforehand. 30,000 enemies is too many. But yeah, 100% is a CP bonus. So, equipping skills. When we're looking at Edge's skills, everyone has CP. It's the same as 3. Everyone has a set of. I did press the button, but I feel like when you're on this down ramp, sometimes the button doesn't come out in time. But yeah, you have a set amount of CP in which you can select skills, passive skills, and attack skills. My bunny is taking the most outside line here. Yoon, please, you're killing me. And the reward for 100% of battle trophies is that character gets an extra, I want to say 3 CP points with which to equip skills. so like, damn, that was on the underpass. So like very useful, not game breaking though. It basically, you know, most of the best skills in the game cost 5 points to equip. Your Savage Spars, your Dragon Roar, Breaking Strike, Scintillating Stream, all that sort of thing. That white button's gonna get me. So that doesn't even equip an extra copy of that. Yeah, you're gonna, I mean, it's very possible to get 100% of battle trophies on characters before being done with everything else, but kind of only certain ones. I feel like Raimi has a decent chance of getting them all before you're done with everything. But Edge and Arma have 30,000 enemies each to kill, and that was 100%. 30,000 enemies was the last thing I did for the Platinum in 2020 and 2021. Because it's so many kills. I had done, you know, the second post-game dungeon. I've beaten the Ethereal Queen 5 times because you have to beat her 5 times in order to get enough wing feathers from her to make all the items, and that's a trophy. So like 3,000 is a lot. Limmel, fucking Limmel has a defeat the Ethereal Queen in 10 minutes trophy. And she has to be the one to get the kill. So, that one sucks, considering she's at the bottom of a bonus dungeon that doesn't have saves. So in your Woebotide, she kills you, or you kill her with someone else, or you don't manage to get it in a 10-minute time limit, which is pretty tight even on easy mode. She's very strong. So like that battle trophy is a pain in the butt, and you're not getting that battle trophy the first time you fight the Ethereal Queen. At least you shouldn't, because I wouldn't aim for it. Yeah, she is awful in this game. Has a move that can just kill everybody. Although it's huge AoE, it doesn't quite fill the entire screen, but it comes pretty fucking close. If you don't have your healer at the opposite corner to her, everyone will die. It's like, it's damage rather than like an instant kill, but it's so much damage that even at max health, all your characters are going to die to it. Absolute pain in the butt. Every Sakura was stuck putting the blame, get the bunny race theme. Yeah, sorry, I had to inflict this on myself, so I have to inflict it on you too. This bunny race theme is awful. It's wild. Like, the way it starts, and then the way it just settles into. I know. Yeah, I know. My brain also tunes it out. You have to. If you listen to it properly, you would go mad. It's not the worst music ever. Like, if it had Welch's clown music the entire time, I don't think I would ever do 100 races. Anyway, so as I was saying, so certain characters, so like Limmel is one that like, I don't know if you would get her to 100% before you're done with the vast majority of challenges in the game. Gross. Denny, of course, is weird because you need a whole other playthrough for him, essentially, or at least half of one. Because you have to go back to the Phantoms and choose to take him. Then he has 55 Grigori kills. What were they fucking thinking with that one? I don't know, have I explained... I'm sure I have explained Danny's awful 55 Grigori, but, Not every boss, but almost every boss in this game is a Grigori. Phase's battle trophy is for getting the finishing blow on 55 Grigori. There's like, I don't know, maybe 9 in the game. I don't even think there's that many. And then you refight a few of them. I don't actually know if they're in here. Let me see. Amoros is 1. Brachial, that's 2. Ariel, there we go, 4. And then Tamiel is, yeah. Amoros Manifest, yep, that's 1. Okabiel, of course, the fucker. I also believe the final boss is as well, but because you don't save after the final boss, it's not helpful that the final boss is a Grigori. The largest Grigori known to exist. So yeah, I got some post-game stuff in here. Now, the Rangers are bosses. Are the ones we fight Tempo Guardians in here and the Rangers, but the other ones don't appear to be. You do some refights of Grigoris in both post-game dungeons. So you can see there's like 8 Grigori in the game, right? And then you do some refights in the bonus dungeons of a handful of them in each bonus dungeon. You have to kill 55. The only... I was gonna say reasonable. Reasonable is not the word. The only efficient way to do that is to do the first bonus dungeon. So when you beat Gabriel Celeste at the bottom of the first bonus dungeon, it respawns all the bosses. So you basically learn, I think there's 3 Grigori. You learn all their locations, you refight them, soloing them with Danny because otherwise, he has to get the kill. And with ultimate gear, of course, you'll need ultimate gear for another one of Danny's trophies anyway. So you're on easy mode and you've made ultimate gear. You're killing these guys pretty fast. Well, as fast as Grigori can die. And then you have to beat Gabriel Celeste at the bottom to respawn them. Do this over and over again until you kill 55, and I sure hope you killed the Grigori with Danny. Oop, I pressed the wrong button, I pressed square. With Danny during the main game, just to make that a little bit less tedious. So yeah, 55 fucking Grigori. The 30,000 enemy was pretty bad, but I have no clue what they were thinking with 55 Grigori. There's only like 8 of them in the game. Why would you do this? So the thing about the final boss being a Grigori is he also, on his crystal path, as we saw when I did the final boss, you can do refights of the Grigori on that crystal path, all 5 of the main ones. Problem with that, again, is that you don't make a proper save. You only make a system file save after the final boss. So what you can do is, if you're reasonably certain you are at 49 or 50 Grigori, you can fight those as your final Grigori. If you get the 55 Grigori trophy, that will save. I circled a little too late. Please don't come second. Whoa, that was a little close. So yeah, if you get the battle trophy, that will save, but progress towards it will not. So I believe I did it by running through the first post-game dungeon approximately 1 billion times. Yeah, the estimate is 10 hours in the trophy guide. That's, I think low, to be honest. Ah, there's 6 in the main game, not counting the string at the end, yeah. Yeah, I think I said like 8, including like the final bosses, so... You can do the refights with the one in the second post-game dungeon, but the ones in the second post-game dungeon are harder and take longer to get down to, because you have to go down to, like, I want to say, like, floor 13 or something really stupid of the Wandering Dungeon. So, like, the first post-game dungeon is where you go to get those Grigori kills, but it is so many. The other thing about Danny is he has to beat his own shadow, and his own shadow is like floor 19 or something of the second post-game dungeon. So yeah, you basically have to make Ultimate Gear across 2 playthroughs in order for to get like all the battle trophies for Danny and Aramat, because you need separate ones. And Aramat's shadow is in the first post-game dungeon. But frankly, it is like, you're gonna... You know, you're gonna have 2 playthroughs, because you cannot, keep Danny in your first one. Oh, right, Aramat has to taunt the Ethereal Queen 10 times. Yeah, that's why. That's why you're making Ultimate Gear, because you have to beat the Ethereal Queen with Aramat, essentially, because if you taunt her with her and die, you don't get to keep that. Oh, alright, continue with Bunny. We've done like an hour and 20 minutes of Bunny, and we still don't have 50. Oh my god, have we not won 50 times yet? Oh no. Gosh, how many times have we won? I have no concept of how many times I've, like, buddy raced. I'm taking a couple of breaks to look at stuff, but... I have lost track of all sense of time. There's nothing but bunnies. There's nothing but bunnies. So yeah, so you have to taunt the Ethereal Queen 10 times with Aramat. And it's actually useful, to, you know, to keep her away from your healer, although you will be, using shenanigans to make the Ethereal Queen stay away from your healer. So yes, both Aramat and Danny need to do like stuff that kind of requires ultimate equipment, so... No, I got stomped! Yes, there's only Bunny. There's not- I have to stare at the portraits on the left. There is like a sound cue for them jumping. But 1, terrible with sound cues. 2, they kind of have to be close enough by that you can hear it, but basically there's a sound every bunny makes when they jump up. You might be able to hear it when I'm racing. Yeah, like, whoops. You can go off of that. It's a lot easier to go off the visual cue, but I've spent an hour staring at these portraits on the left. I have nothing but bunnies in my vision now. The bunny vision. Alright, so characters you can reasonably 100% for the end of the game. As I said, I think Raimi is one. I've already gotten her beat her own shadow one. She has to get 255 botany drops, but those are actually decently easy in the second post-game dungeon, because there are a bunch of plant enemies that drop geostones. So like, she was the first one I got the ology drops for sure. So, like, she's pretty reasonable to get that CP where it'll actually be useful to you. It's everyone's favorite game, Racing a Bunny. Bunny racing, bunny racing. I very much like to get the 50 trophy today. It's kind of my goal. Unless I stream for like 5 hours, I don't think the 100 is happening, but I'd very much like to grab the weapons I'm missing for weapon data and maybe a few monster jewels in preparation for post-game work. Kind of the next thing I have to do is go back down to the... I have to go back down to the bottom of post-game dungeon 1. Collect the Star Dipper, and then I have to go all the way through the post-game dungeon again. Because in every floor there's stars that I will be able to collect since I have gone down to the bottom and gotten the Dipper. And then I will be able to face Gabriel Celeste. I'm probably going to try and grab a few levels before then. That'll open up the second post-game dungeon, and that's kind of where my power level will start to go up. I was hoping that I would be able to beat... Ooh, my stamina is pretty low. I'm going to have to meter that out. That was a little closer comfort. Yeah, so once I get the second post-game dungeon, I can get some more shit that makes me more powerful. I was really hoping I'd be able to get Ashley before Gabriel. Ashley kicked my fucking ass into the ground. I said I got Sarah's 99 revive battle trophy from one Ashley fight. I had like about 20 before then, but yeah, I got like 80 in that fight alone, which was pretty ridiculous. It's basically sitting as her reviving everyone as he just killed them off instantaneously. They were doing like chip damage. At the end of that fight, he is a monster. He like goes completely overboard. His rush mode comes back really fast, and he was just killing everyone. And everyone was chipping away at him while I was just reviving with Sarah. Just hoping I could kill him. I believe like Edge was dead, and Raimi and Miracle were like really low on health when he died. So I have to beat him. I have to beat him 7 times in order to get his monster data to make the jewels. So I'm kinda hoping. Ooh, wow, the blue one jumped again. I'm kind of hoping, that, like, with a few more levels, now that I can, like, duplicate level gear, that I can, push my way through Gabriel Celeste and make my way into the Wandering Dungeon, where my power level should go up. I kind of overcompensate, because I used too much stamina last race. I kind of overcompensated in this one. I need to be stronger before I can beat Ashley. My Edge has a beat Ashley in 5 minutes trophy. It took me like 20 to fight him today, so you know, fun times. But yeah, Raimi's got like beat her own shadow, which I've already done. Kind of the only thing is like our botany. The 100 paralyzed enemies are gonna have to make a weapon for that. But otherwise, hers aren't too bad. I feel like she's definitely one of the characters that I get that bonus CP on, and it actually does make a difference. You know, being able to equip maybe one more Savage Sparrows. Ooh, someone jumped. So many bunnies on my tail. I will be getting Savage Sparrows soon. They moved it into Gabriel Celeste's room. So once I get in there, I will get Savage Sparrows, which will make her really good. I pressed circle, but not in time, I guess. So, yeah, hopefully I will be able to get strong enough to beat up Ashley a few more times without, you know, just sitting there for 20 minutes constantly using Resurrection. I'm trying to think, Sarah's battle trophies are horrendous. Like, straight up, she probably has my, like, least favorite ones. You would think the 30,000 enemies would be my least favorite one, but, like, it's grindy, but it's not annoying honestly. You know, I basically had a nice route in the final dungeon where I could pick up a whole bunch of enemies in a fight and kill them and figure out my average. And I had a decent time doing that every morning. Sarah's fucking trophies, though. Sarah requires you to what is the number of jumps you can do for Sarah? So Sarah has to jump 5,555 times. I can't begin to tell you how fucking tedious that is. Her jump is so bad, too. Like, her jump is really slow. She gets a ton of verticality. She goes, whoa, and jumps really high. You have to do that 5,555 times, and it's really hard to rubber band it because you need to press circle and like direction. Some people rubber up against a wall to try to get her to jump faster. I found that sometimes that stops her from jumping. You kind of just have to get into a fight with an enemy who's ignoring you. You eat otherworldly cuisine so the enemy doesn't bother you. And you sit in a corner and you jump with Sarah for, I don't know, several hours. It is insanely tedious. And you think bunny racing is tedious? Jumping 5,555 times with Sarah is one of my least favorite trophies in the entire game. So these bunnies are for riding. We did ride this bunny across the desert when it was quicksand. We then unquicksanded it. So we no longer need the bunny. Otherwise, bunny racing is for nothing other than fight coins and a trophy, or 2 trophies. And quote-unquote fun. To really, like, yeah, most of Sarah... the other one was Sarah. Revive allies 999 times. You thought my 99 times was impressive. No, do that. Do that 10 more fucking times. So, you know, the fun, the way you do that, in a way that doesn't want to make you, like, cry, is to, what you do is you basically equip Sarah with a super weapon, and, this, causes attacks to damage allies as well. She bonks them. You tank their health as well. She bonks them, they die, she revives them. Bonk, die, bonk. Revive, repeat. A billion times. Because her revives don't count unless you're controlling her. So you have to be, you don't have, if you switch to her while she's, like, in the middle of casting it, you get this credit for it if she, like, casts it while you turn to her. So I think Limmel has a die a billion times, battle trophy. So, you can try and combine the two. It's a little too late. It's a little finicky to do that, because you have to constantly switch between the two. You know, Limmel when she dies, Sarah when she's reviving. Oh, I was in the underpass, couldn't jump. But yeah, you basically just kill everyone over and over again. Another way to do it, you can get some naturally, is by switching to Sarah during fights like the Ethereal Queen and doing the reviving yourself, but... that's scary in its own way, because if an enemy is strong enough to kill your characters, they're strong enough to come bother you. But Ashley is a decent way to get a whole bunch of them. But yeah, her one is extremely tedious. You have to get turned into a pumpkin 100 times, which again is just kind of tedious. Yeah, it's a bit terrifying. But Plus, if you're doing, I wouldn't do it against Ashley, because you cannot change your gear. Oh, you cannot change your gear in the arena. And if you're wearing gear to tank your health, so that Ashley can kill you, you then don't have the ability to like take that off so he doesn't kill you. So you're kind of looking for, another way to do it is to go and fight the bees in the first post-game dungeon. Like, have everyone on low health, fight the bees, they get killed, you revive them, they get killed, and so on. But it's a lot of tedium. She also has to do 200 Coliseum fights, which sucks. What's Muria got? That's a pain in the butt. Not much, really. Oh, she's got, Enrage. Yeah, Enrage is also another one where you have to kill your party members. So Rage is a status you can put on people, that when an ally dies that we're close with, they become enraged and they get higher stats and stuff. So that's another one where someone has to die. You combine that with other ones, but... yeah, she used to get enraged a whole bunch of times. Yeah, it really is like, I like the battle trophies as a concept. I like getting them. That's why I have 78% on Edge. I feel like they're a very useful way to encourage people to play other characters. Oh, I have an insect battle trophy on this person. I should fight insects with them, and so on. A way to encourage you to play people other than Edge Maverick. But then they made some of the most awful, tedious battle trophies in existence, and it's like, why? And then it put a reward for getting 100% of them. Circle a little too late there. So it's like... yeah, that is the thing. Trophies are absolutely for encouraging people to do things that they wouldn't normally do, but I feel like in JRPGs, a lot of the time that is like completionist bullshit that nobody wants to do, so why are we doing this? Well, I have gotten like 10,000 coins. Surely I'm near 50. But it is like, they designed this game with those achievements in mind, and then gave Edge and Aromat 30,000 enemies. Did 100% item creation when, like, 3 of those items require feathers from the Ethereal Queen, and you can't duplicate feathers. There are certain things in this game you cannot duplicate. And it's things like, things that Gabriel Celeste feathers, the Ethereal Queen feathers, tri-emblems I think are unduplicatable. So it is just like, why? Why would you do this to me, a completionist? Get out of here. Yeah, I was laughing until I get fucked, no dupe table. He's like, I don't know. I mean, again, it's I guess because both the Ethereal Queen and Gabriel have powered up versions. They go from 2 wings to 4 to 6, or is it 2 to 4 to 6? I'm not sure. But they get more wings and they power up is essentially how it goes. The more you fight them, they then plateau at like 6 wings, I think. But so I think to make you fight them in their powered up version, they were like, you can't duplicate feathers, but just sucks, man. This game was absolutely designed with malice towards anyone who might want to play it. Yeah, Yeah, the no eating side quest is absolutely just malice. Yeah. Flipping my camera on me. I'm gonna buy some shit because I want a little bit of a break. Okay, there are 6 weapons. Okay, so I've had the Wild Arc, the Mistral Sword, and the Inferno Sickle. So let's go ahead and get the Mithril Rapier, the Crested Spear, and the Dragon Claws. Yeah, the games are trying to sabotage it. It feels like that's true. Yes, I feel like Doc said that. Like, nobody should ever play this game. Why are you doing it? Bonnie Racing. Alright, back we go. So I now have all the weapons from the arena, and that is like... Yeah, because you have weapon data here. So that really is like... it. That's the only useful thing I can get, apart from Monster Jewels, from the arena, because none of those weapons are any good to me. We're gonna have a look at them. So yeah, I got the Dragon Claws, which is 600. No, this is 1900. Crested Spear, yeah. And a Rapier, which is a weapon for Denny, so that is like double useless to me right now in this playthrough, because Denny's dead. Denny is dead as fuck. So, like, he's gone. His weapon, his rapier is useless to me. Yeah, Daddy. Ah, a little too late, a little too late. It can be quite hard to tell that a portrait is flashing. Like, fast enough to... Oh! What timing? Blue guy got my number. Jumped right before I was in the underpass. But, yeah, no, it's, like, everyone has 255 ology drops. So everyone has, I was gonna say unique, but Danny and Armat do share the same one, but otherwise unique drop. They're called the ology drops because most of them are ologies. So everyone has a type of enemy that they can get rare drops from with this skill on. And so, like, Edge is, like, humanoid enemies, Raimi has botany for plant enemies, Miracle has birds, Sarah has zoology for animals, that sort of thing. So everyone doesn't just have their own skill, they also have battle trophies related to it. Everyone has 2 ology drops in a row, so you need to get the rare drop. And you need to be controlling them at the end of the fight. You don't need to, they don't need to kill the enemy. So you can sit in the corner and have everyone else kill your enemies. But they do need to be in control at the end of the fight for it to count. You can get the drop if they're your NPCs, but they don't get the credit towards the battle trophy. So you're controlling them, and you need to get 2 in a row, and that's a pain in the ass. I've gotten a few by accident, which is quite good. And then kind of the worst thing. So everyone then has like 20, 50, 100, 255. So everyone needs to get 255 of these drops. And they're like 1 to 5% drops. The drop rate on these rare drops, even with the skill maxed out, is ridiculously tiny, especially for certain enemies. I believe it is like different per enemy, and every character needs to get 255 of those. And it's just like, and another reason why it's just like, why would you do that? Why would you need 255 of those on everybody? You usually combine it with their killing 999 of that specific type of enemy as well. Like, Aramat needs to kill 1,000 bugs and needs to get 255 bug drops, so you combine the two. But you will kill 1,000 enemies long before you get 255 drops. One of those ones where it's just like, do you really mean 255? That seems like a lot. I really do feel like they were like, we need 100 for everybody. And it's like, why? It would have been just as good with like 50. I dare say you must do the most tedious shit imaginable. I believe Danny might be the only one who doesn't have entomology drops because Aramat does, but I'm not gonna say for certain. It's been a bit. Meanwhile, back at the bunny race, I must be near 50 now, surely. I'd won a couple off stream, so we started at like 2 wins just to make sure I could win. Oh, I jumped there. That ramp down like absolutely messes your button press up because I pressed circle. Take the inside line, Bunny, take the inside line! I find it really difficult to go off audio cues because the bunnies make noises. Also the music, you know, but kinda means I have to listen and I'd rather not listen. Bunny doesn't know how to race. Bunny just goes. Bunny goes where Bunny, much like Chow, Bunny goes where Bunny pleases all over this track. Bunny, you would lower my time so much if you would just take the inside line. If you don't use your stamina, it will go up as well. If you end up using a bit too much stamina, it will go up over time. Yeah, it's like a worse version of the Chow races, for sure. Again, because you don't have to do each Chow race 100 times. I miss the Chows. We streamed Sonic Adventure 2 Battle a very long time ago. One of our first stream games, because we would transfer the files between us when we were still an ocean apart. And I sometimes get a hankering for raising a Chow again. We did get like all the A ranks, and I'm not sure I would ever want to do that again. That kind of feels like a one-time thing, but sometimes I really feel like playing through Sonic Adventure 2 Battle again and raising a new lad. Just to, once again, never play my huge backlog of games. I will replay old games instead. Gosh, I really would I would love to get 50. It does in a part of my brain, the thing about trophies where you can't see your progress. So, when we were playing Final Fantasy IX and I platinumed that, the final trophy I got off stream was 10,000 enemies. I tried calculating my average, and my average ended up, I was getting my average wrong, and I was like really like concerned. I mean, concerned the trophy was bugged. It turned out it wasn't bugged, I was just calculating it wrong. But like, when I'm able to see my progress, when I'm able to, even the 30,000 enemies wasn't so bad, because I knew when I got the 15,000 trophy, like, I had, like, I think you were 4, you know, I would get 8,000, be like, I have 8,000 now, okay, I can calculate, you can see how many enemies you fought on the ship. The ship doesn't just, it has a thing on it. I'll actually show it off at the end of the stream once I get to 50. It has a thing on it that shows you your chest progression, also shows you how many enemies you've killed. So I could actually tell how my progress was doing. If I was doing nothing but killing enemies with Edge, I knew how many I'd killed with him, you know? Or it might be encounters that you can see. I'll check. But if I could tell, like, an average encounter, I could tell, like, how my progress was going, I could tell I've done 10 encounters, that's about 30 enemies or something, right? So that doesn't bother me. With Final Fantasy IX and the 10,000 enemies, I have no way of seeing in that game how many encounters I'd done, how many enemies I had killed for anything. So it was just a complete crapshoot of a guess how much longer I had and how much progress I'd made. And I feel like when there's trophies that are like, do a lot of this thing, it's easier for me to do them if I can see or map out in some manner how my progress is going. Even just like figuring out what my average enemy kill per encounter was like interesting enough to me that like it got me through killing 30,000 enemies, you know? I have a notebook full of numbers for me calculating that, from planning this game back in 2020. The bunny races here is I don't know how many of them. I'm sitting here like playing and being like, how have I not hit 50 at nearly 2 hours and having already done 2? How have I not hit 48 of them in this stream by now? Each race only takes like a minute and a half. So there is that level of like, oh god, I have no concept of how many more I've got to go, how long I'm going to be sitting here. When I have some idea of how much I've done, I find it a lot easier to bear the grindy trophies. He's counted as a 5th of a win. There is some debate over whether a 2nd place counts as a win, or there was initially. I think they settled on you need a win to win. Because you still get fight coins if you come 2nd. Not as many, but you get like 200, I think, or something like that if you come 2nd. So originally people thought you could get the trophy by coming in 2nd. You see how it's 2nd is gold as well? And then I think they did testing and discovered that, you know, no, it doesn't. The other funny thing about trophies here is, of course, the trophies carry over per playthrough, but the progress does not. So if you killed 15,000 enemies with Edge on one playthrough and 15,000 on another playthrough, you would not get the 30,000 trophy. It has to be done on one playthrough. But the 15,000 enemy trophy would carry over. But there's always someone in those threads who will be like, well, I killed 3,999 enemies on Galaxy, and then I made a universe playthrough and I got the 4,000 enemy trophy. But you can carry across playthroughs. There's always someone who is like, well, this thing worked for me, right? I think my favorite example of that is, I'm gonna take some water before this race starts, is A Wonderful Life. The Harvest Moon game. So in Harvest Moon A Wonderful Life, you can get a pet dog and a pet cat. And for years, there was rumors, because there's a chihuahua at the dig site in that game, and some wild animals as well, like a raccoon and a turtle and stuff. So there have been rumors around that game for years that if you befriended the people at the dig site, one day the guy would come around, and you did a whole bunch of other stuff, he would come around and he would give you the Chihuahua, right? Completely false. Utterly false. You cannot get the Chihuahua, it is just hanging out around the dig site. But there will be people who, in every like NeoGAF post there is about this Chihuahua, when I was looking it up for the remake, to see if they changed that and stuff, there are people who are like, I got the Chihuahua and I did this to get it. People being like, that's clearly not true, but they'd be like, no, I haven't. And then of course there are people that ask for proof. They wouldn't have any proof because they were just lying, right? But they'd just be like, oh, the game file is gone or something like that. But they're like, this game has a decent amount of rumors about Battle Trophy stuff, which is so funny to me. It really is the one and it's like, no, I got this. Oh, well, the arena. So everyone has a 50 consecutive arena fights trophy, battle trophy. It's really annoying, because if you lose, of course you lose the streak. If you go and do something else, like a team fight, or just go and fight anything random in general, you lose the streak. You have to just, for every single person, has to do nothing but 50 Coliseum fights, solo fights, in a row. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to go up to rank 50. You can fight the same Coliseum fight 50 times if you want, but it has to be done in a row. And I was looking up, like, can you save and reload? Can you, like, do 25, be like, fuck, I'm bored, I'm gonna save and stop playing the game for a bit, come back and do the other 25. And there will be people who, the consensus is no, you cannot save and reload. If you save and reload, it will reset your progress. You will be back down to having done 0 Coliseum fights in a row. And that is the truth. That is what happens if you save and reload. There are some battle trophies that you can save and reload for. Notably, silence 10 enemies in a row. You can silence an enemy, save, reload, silence another enemy. You know, if you miss, reload and silence the enemy. I didn't mean to press circle. That fucked me a little bit. Oops. I was meaning to press X. See, they just counter you if you circle. So yeah, like some do. So people are like, oh yeah, you can totally save and reload. Oops. Oh, that green one's catching up. Battle Trophy, the Coliseum ones. People be like, no, we've done it, we've tested this, it doesn't work, at least on the PS3 version. And may have worked on the 360, but it doesn't work on this version. And there'll be someone who's like, nope, I did it. I did 25 fights, and then I reloaded the game and did 25 more, and I got that trophy. And like getting so indignant about it. There was one guy, I think it was on this, who was like, "Oh well, I'm just telling you," because people are like, "No, that's not how it works." People were like, "If you reload, you lose it." And this person was like, whoa, how dare you, like, this is my real experience. How dare you say this wasn't my experience? You can't tell me what happened in my game. And I'm like, I mean, considering you're lying, that's kind of funny. But like, absolutely, it's been thoroughly tested. The 50 consecutive Coliseum fights has to be done in one save. You have to like, if you have to stop for whatever reason, you have to start the 50 over again. It's really annoying. So you only do, I've done it for Edge and Aromat, and that's it. I do it for the rest once I have ultimate weapons, because fuck, it sucks, man. Yeah, we can like look at it. He has it here. Yeah, win 50 consecutive Coliseum solo battles. Okay, okay. So we have about 58 races based on like optimal bunny racing. Okay, I should that was my feeling. I was like, I feel like I should be close to 50. I've taken a few breaks to do shit, but I've won every race, so now I'm like thinking, is 50 a trophy? I'm having that horrible moment of like, is it just 100? Like, no, I think there's a 50. But yeah, the 50 Coliseum fights in a row is so tedious because you have to like go in, go solo, pick the person, do the fight, which ultimate level, it's a one-hit kill, so it doesn't take very long. But then you have to go through your victory thing, you get experience. Then you have to go through the victory, like this race. You have to go through the victory guff. Then you get your battle coins. Oh, I pressed circle. Oh, I think there was a double jumper in there. Get your victory coins, get booted out, go back in, it takes a while to do 50. In a row, no breaks. I was looking at my phone instead of the bunny faces. This is gonna be a slow one because I have been stunned a few times. Yeah, still thought that it's 77, just a mess of people, but this game's battle trophies have been pretty extensively tested. Because I had a 360 and then a PS3 version, so and then a remaster. I'm glad I'm giving you the bunny racing content for surgery recovery. Why am I not at 50? I'm going to check. I'm about 99% certain. I've made 40% of the items now. Endings. That's 100. Oh god, is there just 100? Is it just 100 and I make up the 50? Oh dear. I may have. Oh, no, there it is! There it is! Okay, it does seem it's one of the rarest trophies. Yeah, so about as many people beat this game on the highest difficulty as beat 100 races, and 0.1% of people got 50 but gave up before 100. Whew. Anyway, yeah, it was much higher on the list than hidden, so... But there is a 50, there is a 50. Progress can be made here. I'll have so many fight coins for my monster jewels when I finally get Ashley. Oh, nice, I got it on the ramp this time. Yeah, the trophies in this game are ridiculous. So many ones up below 1%. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I guess it really is like you're not doing 100 bunny races unless you're going for platinum, and you're almost certainly not beating this game on chaos unless you're going for the platinum. Oh, I pressed the wrong button again. Because you have to beat the game on the underpass, no jumping. In order to unlock Chaos Mode in general, like, in order to unlock Universe, you have to beat the game on Galaxy. And in order to unlock Chaos, you have to beat the game on Universe. So, your Chaos playthrough is at your third playthrough, at least. And I feel like you have to be pretty dedicated, to play this game 3 times. And pretty much your only reward for doing so is your own satisfaction and a trophy. I pressed circle a little too late. Right before the finish line. It's like, the Tales game's similar, but often you can... I mean, I guess I did do 4 playthroughs of Symphonia recently, because Vicus and I platinumed that. Which also does have a difficulty one, but the good thing about the difficulty one in Symphonia is you just need to beat the final boss on it. You don't need to do the whole game on it. And that's often the case with Tales games. You just need to beat the final boss on that difficulty, which with like 10 times experience and like Devil Arms from like 2 playthroughs is usually enough to do it. The yellow bunny slowed me down. Your bunny will just ride up in another bunny's ass as well, which slows down your time. I'm really hoping someone jumps so that I can get this white bunny who has my number a little bit. Oh, he jumped. No! No! Oh, white bun might have me. This might be my first loss. Oh, did not see them. I was just trying to catch up to this bunny. Yeah, they heard. Yeah, the game did hear me and then punished me accordingly for my hubris. It's a little hard when I'm sitting this close to see the flashing of, like, keep an eye on all the bunny faces. Oh, he double jumped! Oh, no! He got me so good! Oh, that double jump might ruin it for me, no! Blue bunny! Blue bunny! Oh! Oh, come on, I'm so close, I'm so close. Oh! Oh, the blue bunny almost ringer for the white bunny. Almost got it done. Woo! Can't be losing, that means I have to do more race. They're so cute, though. They're cute. I'm gonna pet the Chumley bunny. It's very cute. But yeah, considering like less than 1% is like all the item creation. And see you come in, Mr. Green. You're gonna have to beat the bonus dungeon 5 times for that. There's just oh yes, okay, good. Whew, I was like just under the out of the underpass and was able to jump that. And sometimes you can hit the circle a bit later than other times. It's not exceedingly consistent about it. So there like 100% of chests when there's like, I think there's like, I want to say like 50 or so chests that are missable in this game. Might even be more than that. There's like 400 chests in the game, 410 chests in the game, I believe. Oops. The fact there's 100% of quests and there's a whole bunch of missable quests. There's the quests on Eos are the shop quests, and the normal quests are missable because Eos gets blown up. The shop quests. Oh, yay! Woohoo! 50! I'm halfway there! I'm halfway there. Go, Snubbles, go! 50, 50. Why am I doing this? I don't know. I wish I could tell you. I thought it would be very funny to just do nothing but a stream of bunny racing. I don't know what to tell you other than that. That was my entire thought process. Is that if I want to platinum this again, which, you know, I was like, oh, I'm not sure I'm going to. It's me. I'm sorry. I'm absolutely going to put another 800 hours into this game. 100 bunny races is something I have to do. I was mostly like also because I need all these weapons for the weapon data. I'm gonna pick up a whole bunch of monster jewels as well. Bunny racing is a decent way to get fight coins. But yeah, I thought it would be funny. And I'm gonna do it anyway. I do believe when I did the bunny racing, yeah, that is my stream title, which, yeah. When I did it for, the original Platinum, I do think I did it over time. I did, like, a few races a day or something. I am deeply glad that I am amusing people. That was my goal. Absolutely, my goal was to amuse people with racing. Oh, I was gonna go to the ship and show the thingy off, but I will also yes, I did 40 races. I did win 2 races before stream, so that must have been 48. Yes, it took me nearly 6 years to Platinum 4 on the PS3. I played through the game in May of 2015, and Platinumed it in January of 2021. Anyway, so, fuck it. A couple things I'm gonna show off. I want to show off Sarah's awful jump. I really need people to understand how deeply terrible her jump is, and that you have to do it 5,559 times. I feel like just saying that isn't even enough. You have to see this. It is the slowest fucking jump. Whee! Whee! Yeah, if they keep making it, I'll have to platinum it for eternity. Need it on PS6 next. So, her jump is like this. You know, like, Bacchus's jump is like a very quick dash. You know, you could, even like someone like Miracle's jump is a very quick, somersault. I had to jump, she had to do like, a minute or something, or like 55 in a row or something. But like, look how quick this is compared to... Whee! Whee! Raimi's is also kind of garbo, but still faster. Edge's is much quicker, but the one they gave the 5,555 jump battle trophy to is fucking Sarah. I'm pretty sure I did that trophy a lot over time. Like, you have to get a whole bunch of trophies with her anyway, so I would just, like, be jumping while everyone else killed things or whatever. That feels like malice, for sure. Limo has a roll. Oh, Limo, fuck, she has to roll, like, 42 kilometers or something. Let me... Just a roll, no, it's 10, it's just a roll forward a total of 10 kilometers. And also 456 times. And 10 kilometers is a lot more than it sounds. I mean, to be fair, Edge had to go, what, 8,878 meters high? Yeah, and she has to roll like 10,000 meters. Anyway, this thing here is a memory plate. So I've discovered 319 recipes. There are 321. Created 141, cleared 154 quests. I've done 97.07% of the treasures, which is correct. According to my spreadsheet, is correct, so I'm on track for that. So yes, it tells you enemies defeated, 4,841. And in your menu here, you can see how many fights you've done. So we've done 1,574. So from this information, I could calculate my average number of enemies in a fight, and thus I could calculate how many fights I need to do in order to get Edge's trophies. And that might seem, like a weird thing to find compelling, but I am a spreadsheet kind of person, and that's why I like this game, because it's a massive spreadsheet person's game. So I did find it interesting to be able to calculate how many enemies I was fighting on average in a fight, and therefore how long I had left. Times fled is, Sarah has to flee 100 times, including 30 times in a row, which I have done. Times incapacitated, 190. Yeah, most of those were, Ashley. Ashley did the majority of those. So like, you know, calculating maths on things is something I find, pretty interesting. But yeah, level has roll forward 10 kilometers. That one is also like, it just takes forever. It just takes so long. Just like I run 1 kilometer, now we have to roll forward 10. And that's her jump, is a roll. She also has to die a number of times. Yeah, it's just to get knocked down a whole bunch. 333 times. I'm not sure how many times she has to fucking die, but I think this was put in for the Limmel haters. Let me see, how many times is it? I can't check in the game because it doesn't tell you. Looks like 100 times. She has to die 100 times. Fun times for Limmel. But yeah, there's the Sarah's trophies drive me nuts. Alright. Yeah, the question mark things here. Time beating the Ethereal Queen and Gabriel Celeste. I'm not sure what the third one is. Let me... What is the third one? I'm pretty sure it's like, yeah, your best times beating the super bosses is on here. I don't know... Oh, highest numbers of floors of the Wandering Dungeon. Okay, yes, okay. So the second bonus dungeon technically goes on forever. The thing about the second bonus dungeon is that on floor 20 you fight the Ethereal Queen. You fight a boss every 2 floors, and on floor 20 is where the Ethereal Queen is. If you keep going, you will fight her again on floor 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, and so on, ad infinitum. So technically the Wandering Dungeon can go on forever. I'm gonna head back to Rogue to finish up, because I've got 50 bunny and I'm exhausted after 50 bunnies, and we're streaming Hades tonight, so I might as well stop. But yeah, so technically you need to beat the Ethereal Queen 5 times. Technically you can do it all in one. I have never done it all in one, because she exhausts a lot of my item pool after run 1, and I would hate to lose to her on floor 22 and have to, you know, fight her again on floor 20. I would rather take the hit of having to do 20 floors of dungeon than fight her twice in a row. But people do. Alright, well, thank you all. I hope you enjoyed bunny racing. This was a very stupid thought in my head that I had when I did a couple of them, and I was like, well, there's 100 bunny racing trophy, so fuck it. stream of me doing almost nothing but bunny racing. So I hope you got some measure of enjoyment out of that. I might go take a nap before before we stream Hades at 7. So we will be back tonight at 7 Eastern for Hades. I'm not playing that one, so maybe I can nap during the stream.
I'm not engaging, huh?
I mean, I'm that tired. Bunny racing is that exhausting. Oh, it's snowing again. Nice. Alright, see you all later tonight. Bye, everyone. Yeah, rebun.